So what we're going to do is just run you through needle and surgical cricothyroidotomy. Again, the first thing is the equipment. So we have a syringe with a Recon on for the needle. We have a number 3 handle with a number 11 blade. Any blade can work, but a narrow pointy blade is probably best, so a number 11 blade is probably ideal. A small tube and an artery forceps. That's pretty much about all you need. Preparing the patient, we need to position the patient. Now, the position you saw for intubation was what we call the air to sternal notch. So, the patient is slightly elevated, the neck is flexed, and the head is extended. For cricothyroidotomy, ideally we want the patient flat. They don't have to be, but we'd like them flat. And then really a roll below the shoulders so that the neck is hyperextended, just so we expose the front of the knee. The next thing is to find the position of the cricothyroid member. Coming up because always go from below, come up. So you get your hand on the neck, both sides of the larynx, and you take your index finger, start at the sternal notch, and just run your hand up. And you feel a little bump just before the thyroid cartilage. That is your cricoid cartilage, and then a hole. And that hole is the cricothyroid membrane. So it's between the cricoid cartilage, that first little bump, and the thyroid cartilage, the obvious Adam's apple you can see. Now, I just want to point out, I am doing this thing slightly differently. I am stood on the left side of the patient. If you go on any YouTube video, they're always on the right-hand side, and they do their laryngeal handshake with their left hand. My problem with that is I find it difficult to get the tube in when I'm on the right-hand side. So now that I have gone from below up and found the cricothyroid membrane, I have to exchange hands and use my left hand to keep it on the cricothyroid membrane and hold on to the larynx. I'm just going to switch to this mannequin now. So my hand is on the cricothyroid membrane. I'm going to start with the needle cricothyroidotomy. Very straightforward. We insert the needle towards the feet at about 45 degrees through the cricothyroid membrane, and really what we want to do is aspirate while you're going until we get air. Then we remove the needle and the syringe. We attach some oxygen to it, and we can do this in one of two ways. Either we put a 3-way tap, or we just cut a little hole at the side of the tube. 1 second on, 3 seconds off. So it's more on than off. All we're trying to do is blast oxygen into the lungs, but of course if we keep this on too much, we're going to cause barotrauma. So 1 second on, 3 seconds off. It only buys you about 20 minutes, but usually that is enough time to get a definitive. Secondly, we're going to look at the surgical. So remember, we had found the cricothyroid membrane, have our left hand index finger on it. Through the skin, we make a vertical incision. Once we've done that, we can spread the incision. Try to have a nice firm incision, but not too deep, and keep midline, because just on either side of you, there are big vessels. Right. Once we open it up, you'll see the cricothyroid membrane, which is a fairly white membrane below. You turn your blade horizontal, and you just stab straight through. Once you've stabbed it, you take it back of the blade and just open it up a little bit. Now that it is open, push it. Ideally, you can use the gum elastic bushie to go in. Notice my left hand is still holding the larynx. then once you're in with the gum elastic bougie, you can thread your tube through it. That tube is a little small for this bougie. Then once the tube is in, you can ventilate the patient. Awesome.